boo. Hi, boo boo.
Hi, you.
Hi, baby.
What do you need? Oh, you're looking at my yarn. No yarn for you.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of PhDyer. I believe this is episode 21. It started out as a wonderful week and then ended really sad. We went to Knit in the Pit this week, not only virtually on Friday, but on Tuesday we also went to the first actual meeting of Knit in the Pit on, I think it's called the Rooftop, the Baronet in the Asbury Hotel. And we had so much fun. We finally got to meet John Giswald, but then they announced today that he actually has passed. It's really sad and shocking because he was so full of life, and he said he was better on Knit in the Pit. Like, he had gotten some kind of hip surgery for a bacterial infection and announced that he had had infusions and that he just had his last one and he had had a clean bill of health. And he had a date, like on Friday, like right after Knit in the Pit. He's like, I gotta go, I got a date. So he's just extremely full of life, and then I guess he just went to sleep and never woke up yesterday. Nobody actually knows what happened. Nobody's saying anything. They just know that he passed. So I guess we'll find out more later, but it started out as such a wonderful week collaborating with him and getting to meet him and doing Knit in the Pit. I waited so long to finally be able to do it. Now he passed, so it's really sad. He was going to be 61, I think Labor Day, he said. So he was really young. So it's really sad. We woke up this morning to that, and it's just been a rough day because of that. Rough day to get going. So we're not sure if they'll continue Knit in the Pit. I'm sure it'll be a little while before they get their bearings back. It's a huge loss. He did so much for other people. I actually got messaged by Christy Glass that he was texting her about me like yesterday. So he actually was over the weekend like calling people on my behalf to try to help me with my yarn business, which was so sweet. He barely knew me, but he was so taken with me. It was really sweet of him to do that. At Knit in the Pit, when we went in person, he actually I guess he talked to the owner of Balzac Yarns in New Jersey because they approached me about possibly selling some yarn in their store. So I was really excited about that, and it was all because of John. Like, he did a really wonderful thing to speak on my behalf. He didn't even really know me that well. We only knew each other that short time, and I had just asked him if he wanted to collaborate, and he went like not even just the extra mile, like the extra 100 miles to help. Just a really sweet person. So it was really sad to hear that he passed. But we did have a wonderful time at Knit in the Pit. We had a great time meeting him. What's actually funny is I didn't even get to really knit that much at Knit in the Pit because I was knitting on my Veeder shawl, and it was super windy, so the mohair got tangled up in my fingering weight yarn, and I actually spent most of my time picking out a knot. But I had to show off my Knit in the Pit yarn anyway, so I wouldn't have gotten to knit that much either way, but it was kind of ironic that I didn't actually get to knit that much there. But I knit a lot on the virtual meeting, and I got to meet a lot of the people I had already met in Asbury. I also got to meet online, and they are like new friends. It's like a new community, so I'm really excited to have them as friends. I'm sure all of them are just as devastated, if not more, because some of them have known John for years. He was even sweet enough to get us, so he was the only one with this t-shirt at Knit in the Pit, and when I was collaborating with him on the Knit in the Pit colorway, he asked me if I wanted a shirt, and so I got a Knit in the Pit shirt. So I got them for all the Woolen women. He had his friend make them up for us, so that was really sweet. Yeah, and so it's just really sad, but what went from a really exciting week went plummeting. And I feel for John's family. Although I've never heard much about them because I haven't known John long, I feel for them because it's really sad. And it's so sudden and unexpected since he had gotten a pretty good clean bill of health prior. So keep them in your prayers because it's really sad how suddenly everything happened and how young he was. I mean, it's kind of insane. He was so physically fit too because he was a big fitness guy. And he was teaching us like neck exercises on Knit in the Pit. It's funny. So yeah, but we did have a wonderful time. I'm so glad that I got to meet him and that I got to collaborate with him. He even knit up some of my yarn before his passing. Was showing me pictures. I had just talked to him like a day ago, so very sweet person. So I have contacted Balzac Fibers, their yarn shop, and I haven't heard back from them yet because it's the weekend, but it'll probably be a few months before I start that collaboration, especially with John's passing. I don't expect to hear from them soon, so, and I don't blame them. They were very close. So I am just waiting to hear back from Darn Good Yarn on whether or not they're going to go forward with their wholesale purchase of my colorways. And I have gotten tons, actual tons of orders of the Knit in the Pit colorways. And unfortunately, with the wool shortage for the last 4 months or so, I had to buy yarn in cones sometimes because they didn't have them in skeins already made available. So the upside is that I got a bunch of orders. The downside is that I have to skein them all up by hand because of the cone situation. But I'm still so excited. I'm just going to spend all day today skeining, and then tomorrow I'll spend the whole night dyeing. So I'm really excited about the colorways. I got to see the speckled one on Knit in the Pit the other night because Sarah Punderson, who's doing the shawl or the cowl shawl combo type of thing, she's designing that for this yarn, and I saw her swatch. Let me tell you, I did not like that speckled colorway, and now it is my favorite out of the two. So I think it's just, you should see it knit up. It's amazing. So I can't wait to show that to you guys. I'm hoping to get a picture from her soon. I may reach out to her because she was close to John and offer my condolences. And then maybe in a few days see if she has some pictures she can share with us. Because I think John would have loved that. He would have loved for us to carry on, you know. Because he loved the yarn and he loved Sarah's designs. And he was really excited to have a colorway again for Knit in the Pit and to represent Asbury. So we're going to get started on that. I actually did quite a bit of stitching and knitting this week, I think. I got some of my August block done from a year at Hawk Run Hollow. And then I've mostly been working on the Veeder shawl. And I got most of the yoke done for the Half Moon Tea, which I'll show you. So yeah. What else do we do? Oh, I've planted a few new things. I planted some eggplant, cilantro, and green beans. And believe it or not, when I got up today, I noticed my little seeds for my green beans have sprouted. There's like 3 of them just under the dirt that have sprouted. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully we will have some green beans. I know you have to keep them, they're supposed to exit your house because they're like potted plants. They're supposed to exit your house in June, and then they can stay out till close to, I think, January. So I have to get to the end of this row to be able to show this.
It's a bug.
Where? It's a spider.
What?
It's a spider?
Yeah, I know.
I cannot coexist with it. We must kill it. So I have 100 minis made of the minis that are needed for the Halloween Advent. So I ordered minis for the winter Advent because I'll just be mini making 24/7 if I don't, because I need like quite a few hundred for that advent. But for the Halloween advent, I have 100 made, and I just need like 32 more, and then I'm all set to go, and I'll start dyeing up those colorways. And then I have to dye the full skeins also, but it should only take about a week to get all that done. And then I have to make all the extra goodies, and some of those things are already in the process of being made, so shouldn't take too long. And Mommy is of course making her bags to go with them, which is a secret. I would show you, but I don't want to spoil it. So I think those of you that ordered the Halloween advent, I think you're in for a treat. Wish I could keep a bag. Kind of want to steal one. We ordered special fabric, so I think you guys are going to be really excited about it. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the end of this row so I can show you my shawl. The mohair really slows me down when I'm knitting this. So the Darn Good Yarn people, I think they're probably going to get back to me in the beginning of this upcoming week. So as soon as I hear from them, you guys will find out what they said. I think they're going to like them. If you saw the inspiration pictures, I think I was pretty close. So we'll see. The only thing I didn't like about it was the inspiration pictures were of actual yarn. I usually like to do it off of a picture. I don't want to like dye yarn the same way someone else dyed yarn, you know. I usually like to take a picture and do it like my way or my own design. But I think when you're contracted by a company, that's usually how it works. Like they want something really specific. So that was fine. I still tried to kind of put my own spin on it and use like the one skein that was speckled. I did more pinks and purples than I did yellows and oranges. And whether they'll like that, I don't know. But I still tried to take some liberty with it. We'll see if that worked out to my advantage. And the touch of magic I already had down, obviously, because that's one of my colorways, so that made it a little easier. I haven't knitted much on my sheer V tee. I've kind of put that down for a little while, and I started the half moon tee more so because I just felt like that colorway has been discontinued, so I tried to focus on things that I knew I could show off the new fall colors. And I also focused on the weave and fade shawl because I knew that that those kits haven't been too popular, so I kind of wanted to focus on them to sort of get the colors out there so people could envision what they look like. And in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't get back to Diva Knits to see if she had started hers or not. I don't think she did, because if she did, I feel like she would have posted it. So I'll have to ask her if she started it or if she plans on starting it. I also have a test knit that I've been asked to do this morning by a French designer. I've had correspondence with her before, and she's come out with like a new tank top. I don't think I can show it to you, but I can tell you it's a tank top. And she wants me to test knit it in my colors. And it's a really beautiful top, and I told her I would try. I don't know what happens if you don't finish the test knits. I know there are people who do test knitting and that don't finish. She's giving like 3 weeks. I mean, I knit pretty fast, but I do have a lot of wholesale stuff coming up. So I did tell her like I could try. Yeah, so I'm going to test knit that for her. I think I'm going to do it in the Virtue colorway because it's a solid, semi-solid she wants. And none of my tonals ever really sold. And I think, well, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe red. Maybe the little red truck I could do. Or Concrete Jungle. I don't know, any of those would work. I don't want it to be bright, so I'm not going to do the purple one, like the Mystique or the Siren colorways. But I think it's between, like, Outlaw. But I think I'm using Outlaw in my Strange Brew sweater. Remember I showed you that with the Barefoot Through the Forest? So I think I'm going to do it either in Virtue or Concrete Jungle. See if I can figure out which of those would be best. I'm thinking maybe the pink. I like the pink a lot. Although pink, it's this one in here, the mohair. Oh, and I got to the end of the row, so I'll show you. So this has been the majority of my knitting this week. This is the one I took to knit in the pit. Unfortunately, John did not bring his yarn to knit in the pit. He completely forgot. He thought I grabbed it, and then we were already on the expressway, so we did not get to go back for it. But that's okay. I mean, there was a lot of talking and all too, so he still enjoyed it. So here's my Viter shawl. It's going to be like, well, I mean, actually this is the bottom, this is the top. So it's actually going to be like this. See, and it comes to like a point in the middle, then it's going to hang down.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I really like it. So, and the drape is going to be really nice with the mohair, I think. I found out I've been doing the lace portions wrong the whole time. But
Whose yarn is that?
it's mine. Yeah, this is in the Japanese maple, and the lighter one is Virtue.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I mixed them. This is actually the right side that I should have shown you. Nope, it's my yarn. So the Japanese maple and Virtue. And see how I have like these kind of curled down here? Well, I found out that that's not the way you're supposed to do them. And actually these are kind of more correct down here that I did.
Gorgeous.
So, but I didn't tear it back because there's like a million yarn overs and I don't think I could bring myself to go through that. Yeah, it still looks fine, and I think I'll block it and it will block out and be fine. A lot of people said that these sort of fans don't look very good while you're knitting, but then once you block them, they come out pretty nice. So we'll see. And it's actually weird. I kind of like the twisted ones better than the ones up top, if I'm being honest. They look like little waves versus these ones just look like gathered loops. So maybe I'll end up doing it that way for the rest of it anyway, just because I like the look better. I might make a note that I changed that. So we'll see. But so this is coming out good. I only have a few sections left on this shawl, so this should knit up pretty quickly. And I think, judging by the ease on it, it's going to grow like double the size. That's why it looks so huge in the picture. Because it honestly wasn't a lot of yarn. It was just one skein of mohair and one skein of fingering. And I don't think I have like a ton of it left. No, I don't. I have like a tiny bit left. I have a good amount of fingering left though. So yeah, I think maybe it's going to grow a ton. So, yeah, I worked on that, and I got really into that. The other one I got really into was that Half Moon tee. I'm almost finished the yoke. I'll literally be splitting for the sleeves after, I think, 5 or 6 rows of the Northern Lights colorway. So, this is what I got done. Let's see if I can get it curls. I've switched to a larger cord because I was getting really cramped there for a minute. And so I have full moons and half moons. And I love it. I got so excited when the moons kind of came to life. So it's looking really cool. So I have, you know, like a 1/2 inch of this Northern Lights colorway, and then I break for the sleeves. So I think it's going to look really nice. Coming out pretty cool. I think it's going to be kind of like form-fitting, which I like. And I'm not sure the length I'm going to do yet. It is supposed to be a crop, but sometimes I just keep knitting until the yarn is gone with these crops, just to make them a little bit longer or to make them t-shirt size. Like I'll change the pattern a little bit and just finish up the yarn that I have. So we'll see what I want to do with that at the end, but the yoke's almost finished and I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't worked on my sheer VT like I said, but I may pick it back up because I think I want this for, you know, for the fall or actually I want it for the winter really. Like a pullover. Got a stitch stuck here, of course. Sometimes these stitch holders get stuck on other things. So yeah, I think I want to, this is actually probably going to be more like right here. So yeah, I think I want to start picking this back up and doing this. Even though this colorway is discontinued, I think really shows off Woolen Women Fibers well, and I think it's just a beautiful colorway. I always loved it. It didn't sell too much, but it's the mother of pearl colorway. But I really love the soft pastel type pearly colors, so I'll probably pick that back up again. Yeah, so I only got a few rows done of the Weave and Fade shawl since the last time we spoke. I started back on this main purple colorway after tearing back to the yellow. Because remember the issues we talked about last week where it's like an alternating slip and pearl or slip and knit pattern. And sometimes if I'm not paying attention, that goes off and then I had to tear back, but I couldn't seem to fix it unless I tore all the way back to the last edition of a new color, so here I am again. This is going to have a ton of ends to weave in. Like, look at all of them. But it's beautiful. I think it's making a really nice pattern. It's super easy if you pay attention, so yeah, I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. I only work on it intermittently because most of the time it does not bring joy unless it's going really smoothly, but then all of a sudden it'll go wrong and it's terribly aggravating. So I've been like, I know, well, just because it alternates, and if you mess up you're like screwed.
I don't even think of stuff like that.
I know, it was genius. The weave pattern is beautiful, but wow, it can get stressful. So I'm actually kind of like scared to pick it back up again now. It's in timeout, honestly. So for stitching, I have finished that summer small that you guys saw. I stitched out the sailboat on July, which I think if you've checked out my Instagram, you've probably seen me working on that. But I'll show you again on here. I don't know if I showed you last week. We have a sailboat.
That looks great.
So for those of you that watched that one episode where we talked about July, I had said that the white behind the J and the L kind of looked way too light, and I would have liked it to be darker. One of you guys suggested, Amber said, that I should outline it in blue, and so I actually did go back and outline it in blue, but the star is not like normal star shaped. It's actually kind of jagged in the pattern, so when I outlined it in blue it looked awful. So I tried, but that did not I don't know, I just didn't like it, so I tore it out. So it was a great idea, and I think if I had to go back, if I did the stars more just star shaped rather than having edges like they did, I would outline it in blue and it would be fine. But for now, I just held double for this sailboat. So anything in white, I'm now going to do 2 strands instead of 1 strand, and I think it came up a lot more clear on this sort of color. So I think that was better. And then I started my August, which kind of stinks because I didn't get to start until mid-August, but that's fine because I got quite a lot done. It's the dog days of summer. This is going to be a tree that branches out here. And the only thing that I made a mistake on is somebody was like talking to me and I didn't take this far out enough. So the tree is too close to the words. But I just basically overlaid the word into the tree and I think it still looks fine. So I kept it that way. I didn't really want to tear out like the entire tree to move it over when the black is so bold. It actually shows up and it looks like if you were painting and you wrote Dog Days of Summer over it and it went into the tree a little, so I think that's fine. So I'm keeping that the way it is, and I'm going to continue with August until the last day of August. And then like we discussed last time, I'll probably just do the months that I'm on each month. Like I'll start, oh yeah, let me show yours. I'm gonna just,
so different.
Yeah, so Mommy's doing the same one I think you guys saw on Seashore Stitchers, and actually we've now filmed an episode of Seashore Stitchers, so that should be up in the next couple days and you'll get to see it there too. She's got her fancy stand here. So for her July, she's only done 1 star on the J, and I'm pretty sure you ad-libbed the fireworks too, didn't you? So her fireworks are different.
The one's good on the left.
They're all good. They look great. They look like fireworks. And she's also started the flagpole here. Yeah. But I think you did the wrong color here. Is that what you were saying? Yeah, the wrong color is here.
It's the stand that people are standing on.
Yeah, little people are supposed to stand on this thing and they're supposed to be like looking at the fireworks. But she did the wrong color down here. That'll be fine. You'll just go with it. And then the flagpole, I think, goes too close to the J here. Yeah. So she's actually going to have to move the flag down a bit. Your flag's going to be like at half mast. Hold on, what does that mean? I forget.
It's bad.
I know, that's bad, I think. Oh, she made me do... Oh, John died.
You know.
The flag will be at half mast for John. Is that what that means? Somebody died?
I think it does.
Oh my god, that's so weird. It's like you stitched the future.
So sad.
Well, her flag is too close. I know, I can't cry at all or I'll have a headache. Guys, I had the worst migraine of my life. But we're not talking like a one-day thing. Like, I've had an actual migraine. We're talking major light and sound sensitivity for like, I think 2 weeks now.
I know, it's crazy. You gotta go. I mean, something's wrong.
I'm not sure, and it gets so bad when I edit these videos. If I sit for too many hours, I'll actually be debilitated for like 3 days.
You can't do that. You gotta get up and do something else.
There's too many hours. Like, and then I was doing the seashore. So the Woolen Women landed directly on my vlog, of course.
Always. And
I'm trying to tell them, like, I can't edit 3 or 2 videos in one thing. Like, I can't do it. It needs to be like if I'm at the end of the week, we need to do the other ones at the beginning of the week or something, or 5 days later. But mommy's disabled. Like, you just got to go with the flow and just do it. And then Samantha's got her kids and all that. So I started to flip out last week because I cannot. Yeah, and I cannot edit that much. I was like, my eyeballs are going to fall out. And sometimes it's real simple, but like even the simple things take hours to edit. It's just the way it is. So I've had a really bad migraine, so I apologize if this is so late, but I didn't want to like put sunglasses on and try to brave through it because I've been doing that, and then I make it so much worse, and then it's like a week long again. So I ended up just telling you guys I'm sorry. It's bad. I was so sick.
Sticky board we gotta order.
Yeah, we're gonna finish that summer small on the next. We have to have it done by the next Seashore Stitchers. We have 2 weeks counting down. So, but if I finish it, I'll show you guys first, of course. If I can finish it, that is. The other one I worked on while we were filming the Seashore Stitchers is the Witch's Brew. I'll show you what that looks like if you don't remember. Kind of obsessed with this one now. That's what I do. I pick things up and I need like... And then that lady asked me to test it. And I'm like, yeah! Like, I got all this stuff on my plate. Like, what am I doing? But I told her, like, it's iffy. But she has such a beautiful pattern. Like, and she wanted my yarn to be in it. I thought that was so sweet. See? I got the border done. Well, the top of the border, I mean. Actually, that end one looks a little... Oh, no, it doesn't. It matches on both sides. I lied. So I'm going to continue. It has, like, what looks like lace work all the way around. So I've gotten the top done, and I have the whole thing bordered out. Which, fun fact, you're actually not supposed to border it out first, we learned. Because if you mess up or you don't have enough room, your border will block you from editing that and taking out some of your allowance that you have down below for framing. So this will be the only one I've done that with. I normally just do a corner and work my way out. Like if I start here and then work my way out this way. But that's okay. I think it's going to be fine. I counted them 50 times, so they're correct. So it should be fine. But I'm really excited about this one now. So that's what I stitched on while we did the Seashore Stitchers. And I think this is the way I'm going to go now. I'm going to do the month and then on that Hawk Run Hollow. And then I think I'm going to continue my Halloween type stuff like this. And I'm going to pick back up the long lost Victorian Mansion project. Remember this? Those are the hedges. Well, I'm definitely going to pick this back up because I think this has that Halloween type vibe. And I miss doing the different color work. It gets stressful doing the color work, but I think as I get out of the hedges, things actually get simpler on this. So if you look, the hedges are so many color changes. It's crazy. But then you get into the white and the ivories, blues and pinks, and it's very repetitive. You have windows. I can fill those in pretty quickly, which only take like 1 or 2 colors. So things I think will speed along after I get out of the hedges. So I still have to go across with the hedges. Oh, okay, I see. So I'm here, and I've done these 2 sections of hedges. So I'm actually going to be on the stairs very shortly, and then I'll just have 1 more hedge to do. And then I can start moving up and over, or maybe just up. I'm not sure which way I'll go. There's so many color changes that I was trying to group together like colors. So like all the hedges I want to finish to get those colors sort of out of the way. And then I'll start on the house so that I can bobbin up all my pinks and blues and work just with them. Because I don't even have enough. Is that what they're called? Bobbins? That you put the thread around?
I think so.
They're those little cardboard things.
That you hold the floss on.
That hold floss. And I think we need to order more because there's just so many of them now that I don't have enough to do, like if I wanted to work with 20 colors at a time. So, yeah. So those are like the 3 main projects for stitching that I'm going to work on. I felt like I had another stitching project, but I don't. Oh, it was the summer small that I finished. Okay. I may order something else to stitch after I finish the Witch's Brew. We did order something to stitch for the beginning of the year. We're going to participate in a stitch along. Who's the stitch along by?
Lori Holt.
Lori Holt.
Fat Quarter Shop, Kimberly.
Yeah, Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop is having a knit along for, it's like this picture of adorable, like a sewing room type picture. It's got irons, bobbins, and thread and scissors. Yeah, and each week you would do one. Oh yeah, fabric bundles. Oh, it's so adorable. So that's a knit along that's going to go on in the beginning of the year. And I don't know if I can wait that long. I might have to stitch like 1 of each. She said to start like 1 of each and then work your way over when the knit along starts, or the sew along starts. So
that won't be hard.
Yeah, I know I stitch so slow. I'm getting quicker though. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna focus on. I can't wait to get that in the mail. I don't ever think I showed you the Woolen Brew set on here.
Excuse me.
So I thought I would show you. So this is Mandrake. Let's see if I can get him to show up. There we go. That's a little mandrake, or a mandrake root, you may know it as, in the Woolen Brew. And it's like a tone. This is Scale of a Fire-Breathing Dragon. And it's actually shiny. She made the charm like super shiny. And this has different blues and greens in it. See, like this kind of color. And it has speckles here and there. Very cool. It's my dog clicking away.
It's adorable.
This is Toadstool. It's a little mushroom. She even put like the gills on the bottom. Look at the detail. It's adorable. And the blush color on top matches perfect with the skein, I think. So this has heavy brown speckles on it with a little bit of green and blue. Just a touch over here for like forest. And this blush mushroom color with the ivories, just like the mushroom, the toadstool. This one's my favorite, I think. This one is Eye of Newt. It's literally an eyeball, guys. Look at that little charm. He's so cute. And these are little stitch markers, and this one is like mustard seed. It's a heavy mustard color, and I have new, if you've ever looked it up, it has like a reddish tone to it, so it's speckled red. And then this is Tear of the Wolf. The little teardrop. It looks like sort of like clearish, like quartz colored. You know, like quartz appears kind of clear purple. This is like a clear ice blue, like a tear. And the Tear of the Wolf actually has ivories and grays. So if you see the picture for the inspiration, it had like those ivory colors mixed in with the wolf's fur that's gray. So I love this one too. So those are the 5 minis. They're 20 gram BFL minis. And you get those 5 stitch markers along with this progress keeper. This is a witch's cauldron. She actually made like a tentacle and like green bubbles, like the cauldron's boiling. It has little feet on the bottom, like if it were going to stand up. So cute. So you get that progress keeper. And then this bag, look at this adorable bag. So she made a little sock sack. It has the spider webs on the inside. Very cute. And it's like this yarny witch cauldron kind of Halloween fabric, which I love. Look, the little yarn ball has a witch hat on it. So cute. Again, you have that spiderweb fabric on there. So this is a little sock sack you get with it. It's very cute. And yeah, so for those of you that ordered that, those are going to be out to you soon. We have only one left with a bag included, and there is a discount code that I gave you guys on Patreon when I introduced them. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see that. And keep an eye out for those. And if you didn't get to use your discount code and you want to, just send me a message. I can put the discount in for you if you forgot. But yeah, there's only one left. One set left with the bag. And then the rest of the sets, I think there's 10 total that have ones, or maybe it's 7. I don't know. There's plenty left of the ones that have only yarn plus charm. So if you're looking to get one of them, there's still plenty left, and there's only one of the bags. So if you do want the bag, you have to snag that one quick. I actually got quite an interesting message on Etsy. One of the people I met at Knit in the Pit wanted this set, but larger. So she actually ordered the skeins, the stitch markers, and the progress keeper, just as the set comes, but in large 100% wool base. So she'll get all those skeins really large, and I had to do a custom order for her. So that was pretty interesting. I wonder what she's going to make with them. Or maybe she just wanted to make socks or something like that, but out of, you know, the 5 different colors. But yeah, so she's getting large ones of these. And then your patron minis are going to be out soon. I've been toying with whether or not to do minis of just the brand new Halloween type witchy skeins that I did, or to mix and match and do like some of the witchy ones and some of the like the Knit in the Pit skeins. So if you have any opinion on that, like what you want, maybe I'll put a poll on Instagram and see what you might like better. But they're limited edition Knit in the Pit colorways, and if you do maybe want some minis in those, you just let me know if you'd like those or all witchy ones. So if you do have an opinion on that, let me know. I'll try to make the ones that are more popular. So if you're not too into the beach theme right now, which I'm really not, so I totally understand that. I'm ready for fall, like I'm moving into fall. So let me know if you'd rather have a mixture of some witchy and some of the Knit in the Pit, or if you would like all witchy ones. So So yeah, I think that's it. I'll give you a little sneak peek of my garden. Maybe I'll do a reel on Instagram for you guys to show you what the little bean sprouts look like, because they just sprouted, and to show you what the garden is starting to look like. I think it's going to be a few weeks before I get any eggplant if they are successful, and I'm not sure. I think cilantro takes a little while too. I'll have to look that up. But the beans are the only thing I know of that sprouted so far, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week, and I will see you for making update tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some cool stuff to show you if I can finish the yoke, or if I can finish some of my Victorian shawl. Maybe I'll have some new things for you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So I planted some cilantro in this one, and that one. I love cilantro, so hopefully see if those will sprout. This is my green beans, and look, we have a little sprout coming up there. And if you move the dirt over here, there are a few more that have some coming up. There he is. And this is eggplant. Nothing there yet, but I think that said it takes a few weeks. My rosemary has some issues. I have some, it looks like mold or moss growing in there. I may have to remove some of this soil and maybe put different soil in there, because it's not quite growing the way I think it should. I think it should probably grow quite quicker, but I think maybe whatever's going on with the soil is an issue. My thyme is doing fantastic, growing like a weed. This is my basil. It's doing well, I think. This doesn't look too good. So it's got new growth, so that's good. So I think I cut a little bit too much the other day. It's looking a little sad down the bottom there, so I'll have to take a little bit of a break with that. I think it's actually starting to rain, so great. And this is my sage, doing great. So I think I'm just gonna have to tweak those few things, just the soil and that rosemary. Maybe stop trimming my basil so much. And I'm very excited for green beans. Hopefully I got some eggplant and cilantro.
So we're going to be doing what we call a basil chiffonade. You take your basil leaves and you line them up, leaf on leaf. Almost stacking them on top of each other. Get your little ones, little scraps. I usually just stick them right in there. And we roll it. And then we very thinly slice it. Now this basil was actually just picked by Andrea and her sister Samantha by their plants that they have growing in the back of both their houses. So we get to use some freshly grown basil. So I minced shallot and I minced garlic. Garlic's at the bottom. Sliced up some sun-dried tomatoes. Quartered some asparagus. I've got mushrooms. We got some butter here. Garlic, shallots, sun-dried tomatoes. For a lovely skillet. Saute. All flavors I love. Sun-dried tomatoes, asparagus, mushrooms. And I use shallots in everything I cook.
Alright, we're headed to Knit in the Pit at Asbury Park. We've heard absolutely nothing, so we're getting a little worried. Because John didn't promote it at all. So maybe we're just like these important invited people. I don't know, but we'll see. At least that's the way we're gonna take
for
it.
no reason.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to work Instagram, so she went live like 3 times.
I do, but it just kept doing
Nope, it was on live. We have lots of yarn. Beautiful yarn. This one's growing on me. It is. The speckled one, I kind of like it.
Oh, I love it.
I love the ocean and the sand one. That's my favorite. But yeah, we're headed there with these. She's knitting her sock. I get car sick, so that's not happening. And here's the third one. This one's just for John, though. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think anybody else is getting that one. He only picked the other 2 colors.
You're just assuming everybody knows.
They do. I was telling them on my vlog.
Everybody knows.
And then I made these 2 colors, the 5th Avenue and the Asbury Tides in DK and in the 2-ply for Sarah Punderson, I think her name is. I haven't heard back from her, but I know she's going to be here tonight, she said, so I'm hoping I'm going to give her my stuff then so she can knit up some shawls. See, and I'm wearing my Age of Gold shawl because it's absolutely freezing and sub-zero in the car.
Thank you.
She's knitting. Mom, look, we're at Knit the Pit.
Say hi. Hi. Hey. There's our first
Oh, wow. She's got like frilly stuff on her top. Like a lace portion. Everybody's doing beads. I need to do beads.
I know.
Look, she's so cute.
How that would have been. Hi, beautiful. Cheers. Knit the Pit.
We're finally here. My ginger ale.
Oh, that's good.
Every time I go to drink, my hair gets in my face. Look at
What
it.
do you got? Ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
We miss you, Pumpkin.
We miss you. We
Thought
have
I'd be
your,
here with you, and I'm here with Sister.
we have your charms here in spirit.
John Giswold is very sweet.
The
nice.
Woolen women are not complete. We are only 2 of the 3 of Woolen flock.
Miriam sat next to us. I have to say hello to her, but I gotta wait. She's making her rounds.
Who's that?
Miriam.
Hour in the beautiful rooftop of the Asbury Park Hotel at the Baronet, where they have weekly no-cart drive-in movies, and we are here enjoying our craft of knitting and crochet and of camaraderie and community, as I like to hashtag that word, because I hashtag a lot of words these days. And so we've taken our lobby meeting from our virtual Zoom, which we do on weekly Friday nights, and we've transported it to the rooftop of the Asbury Park Hotel. I want to thank everybody from the Asbury Park Hotel for their assistance, their teamwork, their marketing, their venue, and they always welcome us with open. Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. And you get the beautiful view of Asbury Park in the background. Hi, hi, hi. There we go. Welcoming new friends, old friends. Not going to call you old friends, but new relationships. The beautiful Asbury Ocean Club in the distance, the Atlantic. There's our dear. And I want to invite a new friend who has developed a new signature yarn for our group, and we are going to be announcing that right here and now. So this is a kind of a breaking news story that doesn't involve anything other than yarn.
Babe, you gonna take the straw?
We have been thrilled to team up with the Woolen Women Fiber Company, and I want you to introduce yourself and talk to them about your fiber.
Hi, I'm Andrea.
Doctor.
PhDyer.
Talk louder.
Fibers. PhDyer because I'm a brand PhD student. I'm actually a branding doctor.
Just hold down there so it doesn't lose the connection.
I was a molecular scientist for a few years. I ended up leaving molecular science to use my laboratory skills in the dye studio. So now I'm at WoolenWomenFibers. We are WoolenWomenFibers because I have a twin sister, Samantha, and my mom over there, Aggie. We run Woolen Women Podcast.
Oh, three of us.
I love that.
Oh.
And they've come up with,
Oh, God.
sorry about that, can you hear me? You can hear me, right? We have two yarns that we are going to show you tonight that have been dyed with dye. Can you hear me with this? Is that better? I'm sorry, it's going in and out. The two names are Sea and Sand, Asbury Tides, and Fifth Avenue. And we have those colorways here. You want to just walk around and show them now? So we have this new colorway that we have teamed up with them. And they're going to be, I want to make sure that this is connected. There we go. Much better. You can just take a look at the fiber itself. And our friend Sarah Punderson has agreed to design another signature piece for us.
Nice.
Which she will yet to divulge what that project is. This all just happened very shortly in the last week or so, but we are really excited to be able to show you this new colorway and a new project that we'll be having debuting in the next few weeks. Fun, right? I should have a theme song and not the one that's playing.
I know.
Thank you. So Russell, his name's Russell Balzic from the, I guess he runs
Balzic Yarn Store in Asbury
Balzic
Park.
Yarn Store in Asbury Park, just approached me, and he is
Local
super
yarn
excited
store.
and wants my yarn in his shop, and I am dying. I'm dying.
So exciting.
like,
You're right near that
there are
project.
95 of them that are out there. And the best answer that I did come
Just
up
lick
with,
it.
and it still holds true,
I don't judge.
is
I
that
mean, the way you went
exercise
about it,
doesn't
that was a little
gender.
gross.
Your body understands that it moves.
Don't push.
And if you move it, something changes. And that's my, the only
Sorry.
thing I tell people is just move often and something happens. You know, there's no, everybody can move. And Chris will attest, I was on She Show this week on Wednesday. We talked about